This is Meet Sean, where we break down real life topics insurance, annuities, real estate, travel planning, and home ownership so you can make smarter moves. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.
Over 60% of maritime accidents happen, well, right about now.
Yeah, right during the really short, incredibly crowded summer season.
Exactly. And, one split-second docking error could literally sink not just your hull, but like a massive chunk of your net worth.
Oh, absolutely.
So, welcome to your custom deep dive. Today, we're taking insights from Sean Willenshire to really pull apart the actual mechanics of boat insurance.
Right. So your time on the water stays financially protected. And since you're listening, you probably already get the basics, right? The goal isn't to just read a dictionary at you.
Definitely not.
It's to find those hidden gaps in standard policies where your money is, frankly, the most exposed.
Right. So let's skip the 101. I mean, we all know the big three from our cars, right? Liability, collision, and comprehensive.
Sure do.
But a boat is not a sedan. So how do these actually behave differently out on the water?
Well, the underlying mechanisms are pretty similar, but the scale of maritime risk is just completely distinct. So liability, it still covers the damage you do to others.
Like injuries and property damage.
Exactly. Their injuries, their property, and crucially, your legal fees if you're at fault. Then you have collision, which covers physical damage from a direct impact.
Like hitting a submerged rock or, another vessel.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay, so liability is basically the wall protecting my net worth from what I hit. And collision fixes my own hull.
You got it.
Which leaves comprehensive to handle what? The passive threats, like a marina fire, vandalism, theft, or maybe a sudden summer storm.
Right. The hull itself is covered against those external threats that are totally outside of your control. But here's the critical blind spot where standard comprehensive coverage just falls apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It treats your boat almost strictly as a factory issue vehicle.
Wait, so it's like a standard policy treats your boat like an empty hotel room. It insures the walls and the floor, but completely ignores the $10,000 worth of luggage you brought inside.
That is a great analogy, actually. The policy sees a 20-foot center console. It does not see the high-end sonar you just installed or the professional-grade GPS navigation system or even, the custom wakeboards and specialized fishing tackle sitting right there on the deck.
But if I just go online to buy a policy, why doesn't the algorithm just account for my gear? Why do I need to go through the hassle of sitting down with a human agent just to insure my fishing rods?
Well, because algorithmic risk pools are built on really broad, standard factory specifications. They are practically blind to aftermarket customizations.
So they just guess?
Sort of. An online system usually just defaults to a generic bucket of personal property coverage. And that comes with strict, incredibly low payout limits.
And let me guess. When you go to file a claim because your $4,000 sonar rig was stolen, that generic algorithm pays out basically pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. That's the nasty surprise most boaters face. And this is exactly why working with a seasoned agent is honestly a mechanical necessity, not just a luxury.
To get around the algorithm.
Precisely. An agent bypasses it by adding specific riders to your policy. A rider specifically schedules those individual high-value items for their full replacement value.
Okay, gotcha.
It basically forces the insurance contract to recognize your custom gear as distinct insured assets.
Okay, full replacement value sounds great until I actually see the premium. If we're bolting on all these custom riders, the math suggests the bill's going to skyrocket.
It can, yeah.
So what are the mechanical levers we can pull to drive that cost back down?
Well, the most direct lever is bundling. Insurance carriers price risk holistically.
Right.
So if you merge your boat policy with your homeowners or your auto insurance, you fundamentally change your risk profile in their actuarial models.
Which triggers significant multi-policy discounts, consolidating the risks for a volume discount.
You hit the nail on the head.
Makes total sense. What else can we do?
Certified boating safety courses.
Really? Does that move the needle much?
Oh, absolutely. Because insurance pricing is purely an exercise in assessing behavioral risk.
Oh, I see.
When you take a recognized safety course and maintain a clean record, you're handing the carrier empirical data that you aren't just, another careless weekend warrior.
You're proving competence.
Exactly, which directly lowers your risk tier and your rates.
So knowing how these mechanisms actually work, from bypassing those algorithmic blind spots with specific riders to manipulating your risk profile for better rates, that is what actually buys you a stress-free summer.
Yeah, it changes a confusing legal contract into a really customized financial shield.
Which brings us to one final critical variable to mull over before you cast off. We talked a lot about replacing gear, but what about the boat itself? If your vessel sank tomorrow, is your policy structured to pay what it would cost to replace it today?
That's the big question.
Or will it just hand you a check for its heavily depreciated cash value? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we will see you next time.
That's it for today's Meet Sean. If this helped, follow the show and share this episode with one person who needs it. See you next time.